Last year, I was in Bauchi State for my NYC for the 3 weeks orientation camp. And one day during that 3 weeks period, I experienced a tornado, and it was unlike anything I've ever witnessed in my life. What happened was I was in a canteen with my friends having lunch. Then out of nowhere, the breeze started blowing. The breeze was so much, like it was blowing sand into the canteen and just flailing everything away. Plates were flying away, cups were flying away, sand spraying in everyone's eyes. And we just had to get out of that building because the building started shaking. I mean, it's not a building like a big building, it's like a wooden building. But the building started shaking. You could feel like something is wrong. The building was shaking, sand blowing in our eyes, cups and utensils flying over the place, and we just had to run out, closing our eyes, just run out of the building, ran as far as possible to just get out of the wind and everything that was happening. And I ran as fast as I could, and I looked back, and the building that I was sitting in was right in the eye of the tornado. Then out of nowhere, that building just erupted, like this breeze scattered the whole building. I was like, what the fuck? While it was happening, I was thinking I could just sit down there and it was not a big deal because I have seen smaller tornadoes before that I felt like it's nothing. So I thought it was the same kind of thing. But man, this was so extreme, and I realized that if I had remained sitting in that place, some crazy shit could have happened. Like that was incredible. See the winds blowing sands everywhere. This building, I keep saying building, but it's not really a building, it's just like a wooden house or something. But the tornado took this thing out and ripped it apart. Yo, that was one crazy thing that I have ever experienced. It damaged that place so much that throughout the rest of the NYC period, that place was just abandoned, and the canteen owners had to move to a different place to sell their wares. Man, I did not expect to experience that kind of thing. And while I was watching this movie, it took me back to that experience because I saw some things in this film that were like that, but much worse, much worse. And it was just something that just shook me, and I had to just tell you guys this story before starting this video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about Twisters. This film follows the story of some tornado chasers as they try to stop a tornado, chase the tornado, and all the happenings surrounding this extreme weather. I think that's what I can describe it without giving anything away. And this film was wow. I did not know what to expect from this film. I mean, I knew it was a film that explored tornadoes and winds and all that shit, but I did not know what it was about. And when I watched this film, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I mean, not what the fuck in a horrifying way, kind of horrifying, but what the fuck nonetheless. Man, I did not expect what I got in this film, and I was pleasantly delighted. I was frightened, I was excited, I was intrigued while watching this film, and man, a lot of things worked so well with this film. First of all, let me talk about the tornado sequences. The tornado sequences in this film were incredible. The way they managed to capture the feelings of a tornado, like you see this shit and you are literally afraid. I was so afraid. I was on the edge of my seat watching this thing as you're just tearing apart places. Like as the film went on, the tornado sequences got progressively worse. Like when you see the first one, you're like, what the fuck am I witnessing? Like it shakes you, but I assure you that that's not the worst you're going to see. And they just keep exploring this thing and showing the tornadoes, and I was like, yo, this is some horrific shit. Maybe not horrific. When I say horrific, some people might think of like violent and gore and all that stuff. I mean, there's elements of violence with it, like because it's just throwing people violently, frantically away, but it is not violence in like a bloody way. But man, it was still very unsettling seeing all those things as it was ripping buildings apart, you throwing cars away. Like it was amazing. And while I was watching it, I couldn't help but think, how were they able to film this? How did they capture all these elements? How did they film it to just look so realistic? Man, the filmmakers did a fantastic job portraying tornadoes in this film. The tornado sequences were incredible. And as good as the tornado sequences were, there was an element that they added to the storytelling that made it much more enthralling to watch. Because you follow this film as you see rival factions of people trying to capture this tornado and just chasing this tornado and trying to do whatever they are doing. And the way the story is just told with these two factions or something I really like because it feels like a competition. Like who will get the tornado, who is going to be able to capture it, who's going to be able to tame the tornado, and all that stuff. So it was very intriguing seeing how they told the story with these competing factions, and it was something that added to the intrigue of this film and made it much more exciting. Another thing I liked with the storytelling of this film was how they explored how people react to these situations, these extreme situations. How some people only care about helping people that have been displaced because of these tornadoes, and some people are just looking for a way to take advantage of people that are experiencing this thing. Some people are just thrilled about this experience and they're like thrill seekers with this experience, and some other people just they're just terrified. I just like the way they explored telling the story of people that are dealing with these situations, and it was something that worked with the story and kept me intrigued. Honestly, this film does a lot of things right. I think the part of this film that blew me away the most is the way they were able to capture all those elements of a tornado, because you know what to expect from a tornado if you've not really experienced it in real life, but you know what to expect: extreme wind, sand blowing everywhere, and just chaos. And the way the film just captures all those elements of it: houses being ruined, properties destroyed, cars flying about in the air, all those things. The film just did it so well and explored all those things brilliantly. Like you feel like there was nothing more that they could have done that would have captured this thing. They did so many things with this film that went so right. Man, the tornado sequences, they blew my mind. They were so exciting, they were scary, they were intense. Oh man, they captured all those things with it, and it was just incredible. And the actors in this film also did good jobs portraying their characters and just capturing the chaotic and franticness of this crazy experience. And so something that just added so much to the storytelling, to the film overall. Man, this film gave me goosebumps so many times. Like I did not expect enjoying this film as much as I did. It's really blew my mind. I was so in it. I was hooked. I was on the edge of my seat throughout the runtime. It was so exciting, and I loved this film so much. I was scared a lot of times when I watched it because these experiences were so chaotic. But man, I enjoyed experiencing it, and it was just whew, a breath of fresh air. Pun intended. So have you seen Twisters? What do you think about it? Comment below and let me know. If you've not seen Twisters, you have to check it out. You are going to enjoy it. Is this your first time on my channel? Please subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.